My name's Andrea Hoffman. I'm a volunteer at the Bennion Center, and this is my story. In December 2005, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. It basically ruined my life for the moment. I graduated from high school in June of '05, and I had just finished a great first semester of college. I was on my own in, many states away in Iowa. I grew up in Utah, and I had to come home. I had to leave my acting and music dreams behind. It was just too stressful of a job for me. I basically didn't know what to do. I've been struggling with it for 4 years. It's basically debilitated my life. It's taken so much away from me. I've gone from medication to medication. I've gone from doctor to doctor. In the summer of 2007, I had 14 rounds of electroconvulsive therapy, which is when they put you to sleep and then shock your brain until you have a seizure. It is supposed to rewire your brain, and don't freak out because it helps many, many people. It didn't help me, but it is a miracle cure for many people. I was on Thorazine for a while, which really helped, but had some severe memory problems with that. So that was troublesome. I very recently, in December 2009, so 4 years exactly after, got on Trilofon, which so far has been a perfect drug for me. It's helped so much. I actually, in June 2009, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a cancer of the lymph nodes in your body. I had it right here in my neck and some tumors in my chest. Basically, it was hard. Cancer is hard, and it took a lot away from me. But in February 2009, I actually got introduced to the Bennion Center. One of my friends and I were studying downstairs, and we were talking about alternative spring break, which is a program with the Bennion Center, and he told me that I had to go. It was the best experience in the world, and it would change me. He dragged me up to the Bennion Center, and I immediately felt welcome. The people there are so inviting. You go into that room, and they bring you in. They walked right up to me and showed me all the brochures. They told me which programs were still available. I signed up to go on Point Reyes, and the site leader from that program was there that day, and she talked to me. She got my email, which is Happy Sprinkles. When I came back to the Bennion Center a few days later, actually some people, Sarah started introducing me around. She was the site leader. She started introducing me around as Happy Sprinkles, and she had been referring to me to other people as Happy Sprinkles and just how bubbly I was and whatever, stuff like that. And so it's sort of become my name in the Bennion Center, Happy Sprinkles, which is pretty funny. But anyway, so I went on that trip, and people tell you that ASB can change your life, and I was like, that's stupid. That's the cheesiest thing I've ever heard, and that's totally not true. But I went on the trip, and it really did change my life. I decided that I wanted to start being myself and going back to things, singing again, just for myself, not professionally, but just for myself, and I've done that. It freed a lot up, and I made really close friends on that trip. One of my best friends now is on that trip, was on that trip with me, and it was great. The Bennion Center just welcomed me in. I eat lunch there every day now. It's a place, it's not only a place to volunteer, it's a community of people who will be there for you no matter what. It's, the staff there. I'm good friends with the staff there. I'm good friends with everyone there. There are people who just come in to volunteer in the office. There are program directors. There are the higher up directors, and everyone is so welcoming. I started volunteering for the Crossroads Urban Center program that spring, and I realized, though, that there weren't any programs for mental illness in the Bennion Center, and that was a little worrisome to me because I am a big advocate of getting rid of the stigma for mental illness. I had never worked with NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness, but I had heard a lot about them and been encouraged to go to their classes. I went and I talked to Gina Rousseau about starting a program with them, and she said, they already have an application in, actually. There just hasn't been a program director, someone to direct the program. So I decided that I could do that. Things were sort of rough with my bipolar then, and there was a question as to whether I would be able to stay in school, come back in the fall. So I got my friend who was doing Crossroads Urban Center then to come on and jump on board with me, and we are both now the co-directors of the new NAMI program in the Bennion Center. And so that has been a great achievement for me. I also now volunteer with 4 Bennion Center programs. I volunteer with NAMI. I volunteer with Children's Mentoring, which is at the Children's Center. I volunteer with Knitting for Newbies, which is also a new program. It's very great. And Kids Crew up at Primary Children's Medical Center, which is a program which has been going on for a while. It's great. It's a great sense of fulfillment in my life to know that I'm helping people, to know that I'm volunteering, and to know that I affect other people's lives in my volunteer work, in my time at the Bennion Center with all of my friends, just across the board. And the Bennion Center really is a place of loving and caring people, and I really think that everyone is welcome there and everyone should volunteer.